Welcome back to another episode of the Mengop Initiative podcast. I'm Isaac Frimpong, Doctor of Social Policy, and today we are asking a simple but uncomfortable question. Why are ordinary people in Ghana increasingly solving problems that governments are meant to solve? Education, housing, social security, jobs. These are public responsibilities. Yet, increasingly, they are handled privately by individuals, families, and communities. How do we get here? Over the years, Ghana has faced repeated economic and political shocks, from structural adjustment to currency devaluations, financial sector reforms, and more recently, the domestic debt exchange program. Each of these movements has reduced the state's capacity to spend on social protection. And when public systems weaken, people adapt. What we see today is not just hardship, it's resilience. But resilience has a cost. Let's look at how this plays out in real life. First, on education. Education has always been a ladder for social mobility in Ghana. Policies like FQ and free SHS has expanded access. More children are in school today than ever before, but access is not the same as quality. Public schools are unevenly distributed. Urban areas benefit more. Rural and low communities are often left with overcrowded classrooms, teacher shortages, and weak infrastructure. So families respond. They turn to private schools, not because they are rich, but because they are desperate. Private schools now fill gaps that the state cannot fill. They reduce pressure on public schools and offer flexibility and proximity, but they also shift the cost of education onto households. And that raises a tricky question. Is education still a public good if families must privately finance and make it work? Second one is on housing. Housing is another clear example. Despite decades of housing policies, Ghana continues to face a significant housing deficit. Public housing is limited and poorly developed, so people build for themselves, kiosks, containers, and incremental homes, one block at a time. Private real estate developers have also stepped in, but market prices often place these homes far beyond the reach of low-income earners. Once again, the solution exists, but it is privately driven, uneven, and exclusionary. The third one is on social security. Social security in Ghana still serves formal workers. The 3-tier pension system exists, but most informal workers are left out. Traditionally, families and communities fill this gap. Care for the elderly, support during illness, and help in times of loss. But urbanization, migration, and economic pressure have weakened these systems. Now support flows one way from the few who earn to the many who need. Interestingly, technology is helping these informal systems survive. WhatsApp groups, alumni associations, and community groups. These are private solutions holding together what public systems fail to do. The fourth one is on work and employment. Formal employment has never been the dominant work in Ghana. From colonial times to the present, most people survive through informal activities. Despite many government programs, formal job creation remains limited. As a result, the informal economy is not a temporary space. It is the economy. People create their own job because the state cannot make enough. So what does this mean? Private solutions are not the problem. They show creativity, resilience, and agency. But when private solutions replace public responsibility, inequality deepens. Those who can pay survive. Those who cannot fall further behind. The real challenge is balance. Private innovation must complement public policy, not a substitute for it. Ghana's future will be shaped by how well we align public responsibility with private effort. The question is no longer whether people can cope. They already are. The real question is, should they have to? Thank you for listening to the Mengop Initiative podcast. If this episode made you think, subscribe, share, and join the conversation. Until next time, I'm Isaac Frimpong, Doctor of Social Policy. Stay curious, stay engaged. Thank you.